Jack. You're watching Lights Out TV.
This is Lights Out on FAISAL, joined by the famous Frank Warren. We're here at the press conference for Yard vs Sekra this Saturday night at the Brentwood Centre. First of all, Frank, it's a very exciting night of boxing we've got to look forward to on Saturday.
It is, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, we get all our young stars are out there, and we've got some really good competitive fights on the card.
First of all, I want to talk about Chelly versus Sadiq. Man, there's a lot of war words there, wasn't there?
There was, and it's two young lions, and obviously they want to find out who's the best. They've a bit of needle going on for a while with it between the two of them, so we thought the best way to find out who's the best is to get them into the ring, and that's what we've done.
You just talk to us a bit about Anthony Yard's opponent on Saturday night, Sekra. What type of fighter is he? What type of fight do you expect?
He's a tough walk-forward Argentinian. He's ranked higher than Buatsi in the independent rankings, higher than, I think it's about 19 places higher than Frank Buglioni, and that's what we're looking to do, just step him up every time, and it's another part of his education.
16-0 with 15 knockouts, and the last two times Yard's fought, he's been into the 7th round and he stopped the fight there and then. So do you think it's a good experience that Anthony Yard's slowly moving on into the later rounds of the fight and proving to fans he can go into deep ends of a fight?
That's what we want to do. I want to see what he's like when it comes over 10 or 12 rounds. That's where we're at with him. I mean, you know, I'm sort of sound boring, keep talking about, you know, limited amateur experience. He's not had a lot of professional rounds under his belt. And they're questions that, you know, you want to know about, and certainly I want to know about what it's going to be like if he doesn't knock somebody over. You know, how's that engine going to be after 10 or 12 rounds? And we, you know, hopefully we'll find that out.
We witnessed an absolute cracker in Leicester a few weeks ago between Archie Sharp and Lion Woodstock. For me, it's potentially one of the fights of the year in terms of British boxing.
Great fight.
Is there any chance for a rematch? I mean, we've seen a bit of Twitter beef between them in the past. I mean, can you get them out as a rematch?
Yeah, I'm sure we can do that next year. You know, Archie said he'd give him a rematch in the interview afterwards. He's got to get himself back into shape. Sorry, not back. He got coming off of an injury. Leon, he picked up in the fight. So next year, that's a natural fight. And as Archie said, he wants to fight next time to be down in London. I'm quite sure we do that.
I'll take it you've obviously kept in contact with Tyson Fury over in America. First of all, how's it going down in Big Bear for him, and excited for the fight on December 1st?
He seems in a good place at the moment. He's getting excellent sparring and excellent preparation. He's getting acclimatised, so I'm delighted. And as I say, when I spoke to him, he's very, very happy.
Eddie Hearn claims that the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight has been made off the back of Anthony Joshua's name. For Frank, your comments on that?
All I would say is, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Tyson Fury the undefeated world heavyweight champion? Nobody knew who he was. Wasn't he the fellow who went and beat the man 18 months, took him to school 18 months before Anthony Joshua beat the guy who was 18 months older and had been put on the floor? Wasn't that him? That fight was made because they're two fighting men. They didn't want to, for want of a better phrase, keep going on with all the bullshit that's spouted out by Joshua's promoter. All he keeps doing is telling everybody how they should be running their business, who they should be fighting, who they shouldn't be fighting. We told you all along that he would not be fighting Wilder. It never happened. They're talking about fighting Wilder now, providing Wilder wins or loses, I don't know what it is. They're talking about fighting Wilder in April. We all know that's not going to happen because he's going to be fighting Dylan White, another guy that he's beat. Let them worry about their crap. All we worry about is our fight. Our fight is a real fight between two undefeated champions, the WBC champion and the lineal world champion, the guy who beat the guy. That's what it is. It's the most important fight. Even a trade magazine says that, Boxing News, it's the most important heavyweight fight out there. And we've made it. And the others are in our wake. They're in this slipstream.
I know you'd like to make it happen, Fury versus Anthony Joshua, if Tyson Fury can win in December 1st. But what are the chances of that fight happening, if not April, at some time in 2019?
It won't happen in April, will it? It's just not going to happen. They don't want anyone near him. And that's where we're at. I just told you he's fighting Dylan White. That's what they're going to do.
You 100% expect Anthony Joshua to be in the ring with Dylan White?
Did I not tell you he was going to be fighting?
You did mention he'd be fighting.
I didn't mention. I told everybody on. That's what they were doing, and that was months and months before. And the same thing will happen with Dylan White.
Billy Joe Saunders obviously denied a license by the Massachusetts Athletic Commission. And obviously he's had to relinquish his world title. What next for Billy Joe Saunders?
Well, we're going to sit down next week and we're going to give it some thought where he's going to go as far as boxing is concerned. As regarding the decision, he's appealing that, and he will be taken to court and looking for compensation.
Judging the whole situation, did you expect the fight to still happen?
No, I've got to be honest with you. I wanted him to pull out the fight. come the week, you're having a hearing 10 days before a fight. It's not fair on them. They could have called that hearing immediately after the test that they got. They should have done that, not leaving the boxer training and having to. Boxing's a dangerous sport, but to be, having that hanging over your head rather than dealing with it, would have made more sense, and obviously made it us a bit chance regarding appeals and so forth. But 10 days before the fight left us with nowhere to go, and Bill decided after we spoke that he would relinquish the title rather than get into a dispute with the WBO, because he obviously valued being their champion.
Is there any more potential bouts that you might be looking to make for December the 22nd?
For Frampton, not with Bill.
Not for Bill Jones. Is there anything?
I think we're putting some fights together, get this show out of the way, and we're on next week.
Okay. All right, Frank. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.